Let us begin our class with Brahma. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Swastika. Today, let us go through the narration change of interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. You know what is an interrogative sentence? What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence that asks or inquires something is known as an interrogative sentence. Here, an interrogative sentence is of two types. What are they? They are dumb-hedge question and auxiliary question. And you know, the questions that begin with primary auxiliary or modal auxiliary give us yes or no answer. But the interrogatives or interrogative sentences that begin with dumb-hedge questions do not give us yes or no answers. So remember, my students, while changing from sentences direct to indirect speech, if the interrogative sentence begins with a primary auxiliary or a modal auxiliary, then its connective will be if or whether. But if the interrogative sentence begins with the dumb-hedge word, then in the indirect speech, the same dumb-hedge word will remain as the connective of indirect speech. Now, let us work out a few sentences that I have already written on the board. The first sentence is, he said, is it raining cats and dogs? And you know, cats and dogs means heavily. Is raining, as it is an interrogative sentence, it is raining heavily. If we transform it into interrogative, it will be, is it raining? So here the verb is present progressive. Is raining present progressive. And you know, if the statement or if the reporting speech is not a universal fact or a scientific truth or general truth, then the verb of the reporting speech will change into the corresponding past tense, provided the reporting verb is in past tense. Here the reporting verb is in past tense. So the verb of the reporting speech, as it is not a universal truth or a scientific truth or a general truth, will change into the corresponding past tense. As it is in present progressive, it will change into past progressive. As I have already said to you, the reporting verb say will be converted into asked or inquired or interrogated in indirect speech. As the reporting speeches in these sentences are interrogative sentences. He asked if or whether. He asked if or whether, then the subject will remain same. Is raining will change into past progressive. Was raining, cats and dogs, Here, and it will end not with an interrogation mark, but it will end with a full stop. He asked if it was raining cats and dogs, or he asked whether it was raining cats and dogs. You have to write either one, either if or whether. Only to make you understand, I have written both, if oblique whether. Now come to the second sentence. He said to me, can you see me tomorrow? Is it primary auxiliary, but can it modal auxiliary? Can you see me tomorrow? Yes, I can see you tomorrow. Or no, I can't see you tomorrow. So it also gives answer yes or no answer. So its connective will be if or whether. and reporting verb said will change into asked. He asked me. He asked me. If or whether. If or whether. Here you refers to me. Me is in objective case. It comes in the place of object. And its subjective case, or when it comes in the place of subject, it will be I. He asked me if or whether I, and the past tense of care is could. I could see him. I could see. Here we will change into him. I could see him. And tomorrow will change into the following day or the next day. Next day. He asked me if I could see him next day or the following day. Now let us go to the third sentence. Do you want to study the guitar? My friend said to me. Usually what do we see? We see reporting verb comes first, then comes the reporting speech. But here in this sentence, reporting speech comes first, then the reporting verb. And there is no such hard and fast rule in grammar that reporting verb will come first, then will come reporting speech. No. We can write also in the past sentence, is it raining cats and dogs? Comma, question mark, between inverted commas. He said, full stop. We can also write that way. Do you want to study the guitar? My friend said to me. But in that speech, reporting verb will come first. Clear? So it will go to the first part of the sentence. My friend. Your sentence will change into asked or inquired, as the speech is in interrogative sentence. My friend asked me. My friend asked me. Asked me. See, here also it gives us yes or no answer. Do you want to study the guitar? Yes, I want to study the guitar. Or no, I don't want to study the guitar. So its corrective will be if or whether. If or whether. My friend asked me if. Here you refers to me, and when it comes in the place of subject, it will be I. My friend asked me if I. See, it is in simple present. Simple present will change into simple past. If I wanted, the past simple past form of what is wanted. If I wanted to study the guitar. Your guitar means the whole guitar. And using the indirect speeches and with full stops. My friend asked me if I wanted to study the guitar, or my friend asked me whether I wanted to study the guitar. Now let us go to the fourth sentence. He said to me, where are you going? Here said will change into asked. He asked me. He asked me. But here the question begins with the double H. And it does not give us yes or no answer. So the same double H word will be used as the connective of indirect speech. He asked me where. See, you refers to me. So here you will change it to I. He asked me where I, then are going is in present progressive tense. It will change into past tense. He asked me where I was going. Where I was going. Full stop. Then see the next sentence. The boy said, who is that old man? Here said also will change into asked, as the reporting speech is an interrogative sentence. The boy asked. The boy asked. But here also, who the question begins with double H. It doesn't give us yes or no answer. So its collective will not be if or whether, but the same double H word will do the work of collective. The boy asked, who, then the subject, that old man. That old man. What? The boy asked who that old man was. Now let us go to the sixth sentence. The police said to us, where are you going? The police asked us, or the police inquired us, or the police investigated also. The police asked us. The policeman asked us. Here also same, the reporting speech begins with WH word. So saying WH word will do the work of corrective in that speech. The policeman asked us, where? Here you refers to us is in objective case and its subjective case is we. Where we see are going is in present progressive, it will be converted into past progressive. Where we were going. Full stop. The policeman asked us where we were going. Now, the last sentence, he said to me, why did you strike me? See, here the verb is in did strike. We use in simple past, and simple past will change into past perfect. Here the reporting verb said will change into asked. He asked me. He asked me. The same WH word will be used as the corrective verb in that speech. Why? Then you refers to here me. When it comes in the place of subject, it will be I. He asked me. Why? And the past participle, the past perfect form of did strike is had struck. Had struck. S-T-R-U-C-K. He asked me why I had struck means used for he, and the objective case of he is he. Full stop. He asked me why I had struck him. Again, let me see whether we have done correctly or not. He said, is it raining cats and dogs? He asked if or whether it was raining cats and dogs. He said to me, can you see me tomorrow? He asked me whether I could see him the following day or next day. Do you want to study the guitar? My friend said to me. My friend asked me if I wanted to study the guitar. He said to me, where are you going? He asked me where I was going. The boy said, who is that old man? The boy asked who that old man was. The policeman said to us, where are you going? The policeman asked us where we are going. He said to me, why did you strike me? He asked me why I had struck him. Now let us go through a few imperative sentences. Now let us change the imperative sentences from direct to indirect speech. Direct to indirect speech. The general said to the soldiers, march on. Your reporting speech is an imperative sentence. Similarly, please wait here till I return is an imperative sentence. Take back your books is an imperative sentence. Be slow and steady is an imperative sentence. Let us stop here and rest for a while is also an imperative sentence. Don't waste your time is an imperative sentence. Shut the door is an imperative sentence. And what is an imperative sentence? A sentence that makes a request or gives a command or an advice is known as an imperative sentence. Clear? So while changing these sentences from direct to indirect speech, the verb will change as per the meaning of the reporting speech. Somewhere we have to use order, somewhere we have to use advice, somewhere we have to use beg or requested, and so on. The general said to the soldiers, march on. A general will never request or never advise. Rather, the general will always order his soldiers. So, and remember at the same time, the reporting speech will join with the reporting verb with to infinitive. The general said, not said, the general ordered, O-R-D-E-R-E-D, ordered the soldiers to march on, The general order here said, changed into order, as it was the order of the general to his soldiers to march on. The general ordered the soldiers to march on. Similarly, now let us go to the second sentence. He said to him, please wait here till I return. See here, please is used and it expresses a request. He requested him. He requested him to wait. And you know, if here is the indirect speech, that will change into here in indirect speech. He requested him to wait there till I will change it to he, and as it is in simple present, it will change into simple past. As he returned, R-E-T-U-R-N-E-D. He said to him, he requested, R-E-Q-U-E-S-T-E-D. He requested him to wait there till he returned. The teacher said to the students, take back your books. A teacher always advises, but never commands, sometimes requests also, but never orders. The teacher, your said will change into ask. The teacher asked the students to take back, as you are supposed to students. So this will change into demonstrative adjective. Your will change into their, T-H-E-I-R, their books. Here. The teacher asked the students to take back their books. Father told me, be slow and steady. The father always advises his children. So, told will change into advised. Father advised me to be slow and steady. Father advised me to be slow and steady. Next sentence, he said, let us stop here and rest for a while. And remember, if an imperative sentence begins with let, it suggests. So the reporting verb said will change into suggested. He suggested. Here connecting will be that, but not to. He suggested that cause is there, cause we use in the place of object, and the subject in case of cause is we, and the let will change into should. We should. He suggested that we should stop. Here will change into there for a stop there and rest for a while. And rest for a while. There is another way that we can change this sentence into indirect speech. And what is that? He suggested stopping there and resting for a while. Remember the answer. I am not writing here on the board. He suggested stopping and resting for a while. Or this is the better way, and it is considered the best English. He suggested that we should stop there and rest for a while. The next sentence, the teacher said to us, don't waste your time. A teacher also advises his students. So the teacher advised us. The teacher advised us not to waste. Here you will change into our time. Clear? The advised us not to waste our time. As your refers to us, so here we have used the demonstrative adjective our. The teacher said to us, don't waste your time. The teacher advised us not to waste our time. Then the last sentence, mother said to me, shut the door. Mother asked me. Mother asked me. Mother asked me to shut the door. To shut the door. See the changes? The general said to the soldiers, march on. The general ordered the soldiers to march on. He said to him, please wait here till I return. He requested him to wait there till he returned. The teacher said to the students, take back your books. The teacher asked the students to take back their books. Father told me, be slow and steady. Father advised me to be slow and steady. To be slow, this is be. To be slow and steady. He said, let us stop here and rest for a while. He suggested that we should stop there and rest for a while. The teacher said to us, don't waste your time. The teacher advised us not to waste our time. Mother said to me, shut the door. Mother asked me to shut the door. Now let us go to the last part of our narration change, that is changing of exclamatory sentences from direct to indirect speech. Here are a few exclamatory sentences. And you know what is an exclamatory sentence? A sentence that makes some sudden feeling of mind, that is of sorrow or joy or surprise, is known as an exclamatory sentence. See, in the exclamatory sentence, the verb said is also changed into applauded or expressed in joy or expressed in sorrow or expressed in grief and so on. He said, hello, where do you live? Here, say it is a greeting. Hello is a greeting. So, said will change into greeted. He greeted. He greeted. G-R-E-E-T-E-D. He greeted me. He greeted me and asked. And asked, where? Here you refers to me. So, it will be in the place of subject I. Where I, and simple present will change into simple past. Where I live. He said, hello, where do you live? He greeted me and asked me, and asked me, and asked me where I lived. He greeted me and asked me where I lived. Similarly, now let us go to the second sentence. He said, alas, they are undone. And alas is used to express grief or to express sorrow. He exclaimed, sadly or in grief. He exclaimed sadly or he exclaimed in grief that they were, here are will change into, are done will change into past tense, were undone. He exclaimed sadly or in grief that they were undone. Now next question, he said good morning. It is also a wish. He wished me a good morning. He wished me a good morning. He said, bravo, you have done well. He exclaimed with joy that they had done well. He exclaimed with joy. We use bravo when we are in judgment. He exclaimed with joy that their head had done will change into past perfect. They had done well. Now let's do this sentence. The old man said, "Thank you very much for your help." The old man here expresses thanks, so we can use it as a verb of reporting verb. The old man thanked me. Thank here you refers to me. The old man thanked me for my help. The old man said, "Thank you very much for your help." The old man thanked me for my help. Then he said to me, "Congratulations." When we transform this sentence from direct to indirect speech, the answer will be he congratulated me. So this way we can change the exclamatory sentences from direct speech to indirect speech.